Look at these clips. This was the season of the set piece. And we will savour that sight of Darlow being on top of League One because, in honesty, it might be the last time we see that. Wow, what a season. I do get carried away with this game when I'm playing well, so I do apologise for not bringing in a mid-season update, but when you're rolling that well, you just want to keep on going. One more game and all that. We won the league at a canter again. 3 seasons in League 2. We've done it the first time of asking in League 1. Not only that, we've done it with 103 points and 118 goals. Double Centurions, back-to-back 100 points, back-to-back titles. The boys were unreal. Now I do like my team stats. It just shows you where your team have been, where they've been really good at, and man, they've been amazing. Your conversion rate were top, so that's your chances created and finished. Goals from corners, that's what this whole episode's built around. 17. Almost double second place team. They were huge this season. Home form was great. Expected goals for was 76, which leads you to goals for, which was 118. Which is just ginormous. Huge. Shots on target, hand in hand with that. And we were the 5th best team defensively. Bit of a shout out for the fans there. 18 stadium sellouts. Country miles ahead of everyone else. Granted our stadium is the size of a shoebox, but the boys filled it. Great overall season. Let's see how we did it. Now from the get-go, we just were unreal. We left the last episode after that 5-1 victory against Fleetwood, and we carried on from there with a 3-0 win against Warsaw. We beat Sunderland 6-1, pre-season favourite Sunderland. Then we just rolled on, a couple of 5-goal wins against Blackpool, against Doncaster, against Ipswich, another 5-goal win against MK Dons. They were just drilling the goals in. We lost a couple of games here and there, 7 in total in the league, not a great amount, and we just all the way through just did not stop scoring. There was only one little blip we had, and it was around there in January where we won 2 in 6. That was the only blip. And then we just finished the season on an absolute tear. The top corner there, that side, sorry, pre-season odds of 150 to 1. So a great season, and a huge factor for that, which is why this episode is called Set Pieces, was these goals just playing there from corners on the bottom and throw-ins from the top. We scored 17 direct from corners, and I think we got 8 to 10 from our throw-ins. I've said it before and I'll say it again, set pieces, if you get the routine right, they can really aid your development. They can really aid your team. Just getting you across the line when you're struggling a bit. Sometimes when I was in tight games, I would put the team instruction down for play up a set pieces, purely because we train them a lot, and sometimes they just come up trumps when you're not playing too well. Now it wasn't the only reason for success, of course it wasn't, but it was a hell of a help getting 17 goals direct from corners. One of our centre backs ended up with 14 goals. That's striker ratio. I released a video on this yesterday, so go and give that a look. They're all broken down in there, you can even download it if you want, but big help this year. Set players, work on them. We had 2 routines, nothing crazy, one to the near post, one to the far post. As I said, they're all documented down in that prior video, but key points, I like to have a opposite foot taking the corner, so that's the left hand side, I want my right footer whipping that in, and on the opposite side, I want my left footer taking that, just to get that bend in. That's my preferred way. It may not be yours, you may prefer an outswinger, entirely up to you. And the other key bullet points are obviously have a good header of the ball, jumping reach, heading, bravery, they are key, and have plenty of players in other attacking positions just to distract the opposition players. So even if, for example, this player is going to get nowhere near it because I'm putting him on the near post but I'm aiming at the far post, he's that much of a threat because his centre back is good in the air. He's going to drag some people to mark him, leaving more space for my boy there to finish it off. And it obviously worked because Ben Hockenhull finished with 14 goals this season. Silly amount of goals for a centre half. He's not particularly tall either, same height as me, 6 foot, not too bad. You'll get people obsessing over getting 6'5" players and things like that as your targets. Get the jumping reach and a few other factors such as bravery, right? And you're laughing. 14 goals, all of them were from corners. So the boys did me proud. Couldn't fault them. Now, at the start of the season I said I had 2 tactics I was going to work with, didn't I? Obviously the main, Lie, Cheat, Steal Volume 2, the 4-4-2. And the second one was the 4-1-4-1. I can tell you now, I didn't use that one once. They played so well using this formation, we rolled with it the entire season. Tweaks we made, away games, we always started on balance, and we watched the game in comprehensive, decided where we can nudge it back up to positive, and we'd always change our defensive line and our defensive width depending on who we play. So if we're playing a team that's 4-4-2 and they're playing wide, we would then force the opposition in, vice versa. If they were playing infield, we'd force them out. If I got to a situation where they had one winger and one inverted winger, I'd keep it in standard, watch the game, see how it progressed before changing anything. But it served as well. I guess the question now will be, do I dare use it in the Championship, which is going to be just a different level. Standout player wise, I honestly don't know where to start. If you have a little look down the side here, you'll be able to see all the amazing average ratings. There's a hell of a lot there. Last 5 games that have tanked it in over 7, and overall, which is more impressive, they've all had it over 7. Stunning. However, we've got a shout out to this man, Josh Coyote. He was the focus of the last episode about him being an upgrade in our striker zone. Well, he came up trumps. 35 goals in 45 games, coupled with 9 assists. His assists are basically from his long throws as well. He's got 17 for long throw with a trait of long flat throw. Cheers, JD, for that little tip. He's ended up with 35 goals. He will be stepping up to the Championship, no doubt. Obviously, we've already talked about my captain, Ben Hockenhull. 14 goals from corners, solid as a rock. His partner at the back, Harrison Solomon. Again, a stunning season, 7.29 average rating. What's interesting is if you look at the values of these players now, they're all quite modest. Harrison's there is 250 grand. When we get pre-season next year, you'll see that. I'd guess that'd at least double. Going for all the players as well. Great season for Harrison Solomon at the back. We were decent and solid. Which leads me to James Trafford. He was the keeper upgrade. 49 conceded in 45. But look at his average rating there, 7.1. So he did. You know as well as I do in this game. Goalkeepers tend to get a bit of a rough ride, don't they, in the average ratings? But for a title-winning team scoring 118 goals, for him to average 7 is pretty damn well good going. Now, last but not least on this little player focus is Luke Garbutt. This may well be his last season as a regular for us, 33 years old. But proof that fullbacks are fixed, folks. Ignore this here. He did play here the whole season for us. Left back, ended the season with 11 goals, 46 games, 18 assists. 18 assists, 7 Player of the Match awards with an average rating of 7.23. Fullbacks are on the rise. So that tactic, those players have led us to the title again. They've also led us to 2 titles in a row. So if you look at it now, 2 seasons, over 200 points combined, over 200 goals combined. You can't ask any more, can you? So we've got some big news. We've got a new senior affiliate. Now, our last affiliate was with Sunderland back when we were in National North. Didn't really work out. They sent us some garbage players. So I just thought to myself, look, we're going to the Championship. Let's see what we can get. So I put the request into the board. They came back with only one club. The one club they've come back with, Manchester United. Now, in real life, I'm a Man City fan. But this is still a right result, innit? So if you've not had a senior affiliate before, it basically says there, Man United may send us players on loan at any time. They'll cover their wages. It's going to cost us nada. We have no obligation to play the player and may be recalled by United where possible. It's an absolute free hit of a loan, and the quality of their players they're going to send us are going to be a different gravy. This is a great deal for the club, especially as we're going into the Championship. We've also got the option to host a friendly against United. Gate revenue is going to flood in from that. We're going to use that in our first pre-season. United will be under no obligation to field a full strength side, whatever, I'm sure they will. Also, little added bonus, Man United will pay us an annual fee of 82 grand. What a result. I literally just clicked that search for senior affiliate button on the off chance. Maybe expected someone, maybe a push like a Southampton or something like that, Newcastle because it's in the area. They've come back with Man United. So the prep starts now for next season. We're in the Championship. We've got there probably a season too early. So we need to make some tough decisions on players now. Do this every pre-season. You're probably sick of me going on about it, but I look at my squad, then I think to myself, Who's going to get in the team next season? Who's going to start? Where do I need to improve? Now, the strikers I'm really happy with. Coyote scored 35 last season. Asante backed him up with nearly 20. I'm going to give them a chance in the Championship because I am going to try 4-4-2 for a period of time. Now, looking at the midfield, this gets a bit more savage. Rowe's been brilliant. Again, he gets a chance. El Mazuni's going to get a chance. My central midfield, I'm not too sure of. Ibrahim's been okay. Williams a bit hit and miss. For the time being, they're both got to get relegated to bench players. As we go to the defence, Garbutt, great season, but he's 33 now. Might have to make a tough call there. The two centre-backs, 100% stay in. My inverted wing-back, I'm unsure of. We'll see if we can get a little upgrade there. Keeper, no problem. So, looking at it, 3 players I reckon. 3 quality players to go in that starting 11. And obviously with that previous news about Man United, maybe I can get a couple of them to fill some of them gaps. Otherwise, it'll be down to the transfer market, and we've already had the budget in from the board. We're in a decent financial state. If you remember when we took over, we were in all sorts of issues, but the slow rise up the table alongside selling players has put us in a decent spot. Now, I just got the message off the board, and it's blown my mind because I've never seen this amount of money available to me. I think the most I've spent on a player is probably, it was 99 grand for Ibrahim. But for next season in the Championship, my budgets at the moment are as follows. We've got a transfer budget of 1.7, nearly 1.8 million. Won't know what to do with that. And a wage budget of 70 grand per week. What I'll probably end up doing is nudging the transfer budget down a bit and giving me a bit more flexibility on the wage budget to try and get some free transfers in. I don't want to go daft and put the club under pressure because next season, literally, I've said it before, it's all about survival this time because the Championship's going to be a big leap up. So that's a wrap for season number 7. I think we're in number 7. We move on to next season in the Championship. We can't really argue with that, can we? We were expected to fight bravely against relegation. If you look at our league positions off the top there, the lowest position we were in all season long was 2nd. That's pretty faultless. So the dream season, probably the best season I've had on Football Manager. I said that last year, but this one, although we lost more games, we were just ruthless in front of goal. Goal difference of plus 69. So what a way to finish. We can move on to next season. We're going to pre-season now. Usually, by the way, for a pre-season I can take up to 6-7 hours because I'm that stupid. But this is a big one. So we might be waiting a little bit longer for the next update, but bear with me because we will be in the Championship fighting for survival.